Ever wonder how some people always seem to get their way? The audiobook, Negotiation Mastery, Learn to Get What You Want Every Time, reveals the secrets to becoming a negotiation powerhouse. You'll learn to cultivate the right mindset, prepare effectively, and master crucial skills like reading body language and managing emotions. Don't let opportunities slip away due to poor negotiation skills. Transform your approach and unlock the power to shape outcomes in your favor, both in business and life. Before we go on, I invite you to download the free bundle, which contains the ebook version of this book and an executive summary of all the chapters with the key takeaways. Studies show that engaging with content through multiple formats significantly enhances learning and retention. Click on the first link in the description to claim your free bundle now and maximize your learning potential. Now it's free, but it won't be for long, so make sure to grab it while you can. Chapter 1: The Negotiator's Mindset. Imagine walking into a high-stakes negotiation, your heart racing, palms sweating, and mind clouded with doubt. Now picture the same scenario, but this time you're calm, confident, and ready to tackle any challenge. The difference? Your mindset. The art of negotiation isn't just about tactics and strategies, it's about the mental framework you bring to the table. This chapter will lay the foundation for your journey to becoming a master negotiator by focusing on the most critical element, your mindset. As you embark on this transformative journey, you'll discover that the negotiator's mindset is not a fixed trait, but a skill that can be developed and honed over time. By understanding the psychological aspects of negotiation and embracing key mindset traits, you'll set yourself up for success in any negotiation scenario. Let's explore what you can achieve as you begin to apply the principles in this book. First and foremost, you'll learn to recognize the key mindset traits that set successful negotiators apart. These include confidence, adaptability, resilience, and ethical integrity. As you internalize these traits, you'll find yourself approaching negotiations with a new sense of purpose and clarity. You'll also begin to apply confidence and adaptability in real-world negotiation scenarios. This means walking into negotiations with a belief in your abilities and the flexibility to adjust your approach as needed. Gone will be the days of rigid thinking and self-doubt. Instead, you'll embrace a growth mindset that allows you to learn and improve with each interaction. Understanding the importance of ethical negotiation practices is another crucial early takeaway. You'll learn that true negotiation mastery isn't about winning at all costs, but about creating value and building lasting relationships based on trust and mutual respect. But this is just the beginning. As you continue to apply and refine these principles over time, you'll experience a profound transformation in your negotiation abilities. You'll develop a mastery of negotiation through a strategic and positive mindset, allowing you to approach even the most complex negotiations with confidence and skill. Your enhanced ability to navigate intricate negotiations will become second nature. You'll find yourself adeptly handling multi-party negotiations, high-pressure situations, and delicate interpersonal dynamics with ease. This newfound expertise will not only serve you in formal business settings, but will also enhance your everyday interactions and personal relationships. Perhaps most importantly, you'll develop long-lasting professional relationships built on trust. As you consistently demonstrate integrity and skill in your negotiations, you'll build a reputation as a fair and effective negotiator. This reputation will open doors and create opportunities that extend far beyond individual negotiation outcomes. To truly understand the importance of mindset in negotiation, we must delve into the role of psychology. Negotiations are not just logical exchanges of information and offers, they are deeply psychological interactions. Your thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes profoundly influence your behavior and, consequently, the outcomes of your negotiations. This is where the concept of fixed versus growth mindset comes into play. Those with a fixed mindset believe their abilities are static and unchangeable. They shy away from challenges, fearing failure will expose their limitations. In contrast, those with a growth mindset see challenges as opportunities to learn and improve. They believe their abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. Adopting a growth mindset is crucial for negotiation success. It allows you to view each negotiation as a learning experience, regardless of the outcome. You'll be more willing to take calculated risks, explore creative solutions, and persist in the face of obstacles. Cultivating confidence is another cornerstone of the negotiator's mindset. Many people enter negotiations plagued by self-doubt, questioning their worth or ability to achieve their desired outcomes. This lack of confidence can be a self-fulfilling prophecy, leading to suboptimal results. To overcome self-doubt, start by recognizing your strengths and past successes. Remind yourself of times when you've successfully navigated challenging situations or achieved your goals. Practice positive self-talk, replacing negative thoughts with affirming ones. Visualization techniques can be powerful tools for building confidence. Before entering a negotiation, take a few moments to visualize yourself confidently presenting your position, handling objections with ease, and achieving a favorable outcome. This mental rehearsal can help program your mind for success and reduce anxiety. Resilience is another crucial trait of successful negotiators. Negotiations don't always go as planned, and rejection is a common experience. Developing resilience allows you to bounce back from setbacks and maintain your composure in challenging situations. To handle rejection effectively, reframe it as a learning opportunity rather than a personal failure. Analyze what went wrong and how you can improve for next time. Remember that even the most successful negotiators face rejection. It's how they respond that sets them apart. Learning from failure is a key aspect of developing resilience. After a negotiation that didn't go as planned, take time to reflect on the experience. What could you have done differently? What lessons can you apply to future negotiations? By adopting this growth-oriented perspective, you turn failures into stepping stones for future success. Embracing adaptability is essential in today's fast-paced, ever-changing business environment. Negotiations rarely follow a predictable path, and the ability to stay flexible can make the difference between success and failure. Staying flexible in negotiations means being open to new information and willing to adjust your approach as needed. It involves active listening, reading the room, and being responsive to the other party's needs and concerns. Rather than rigidly sticking to a predetermined script, adaptable negotiators can pivot their strategies on the fly. Adjusting strategies mid-negotiation requires quick thinking and creativity. It might mean proposing an alternative solution, reframing the issue, or even taking a break to reassess your approach. The key is to remain calm and composed while being open to new possibilities. Ethical negotiation is the final piece of the negotiator's mindset puzzle. In a world where short-term gains are often prioritized, maintaining ethical standards sets you apart and builds a foundation for long-term success. Building trust through integrity means being honest, transparent, and fair in your dealings. It involves following through on your commitments and avoiding deceptive tactics. While it might be tempting to cut corners for a quick win, ethical negotiators understand that their reputation is their most valuable asset. Long-term relationship building is a natural outcome of ethical negotiation practices. When you consistently demonstrate integrity, you create a positive reputation that precedes you. This reputation can open doors to new opportunities and partnerships, creating a virtuous cycle of success. As we conclude this chapter, remember that developing the negotiator's mindset is an ongoing process. It requires consistent practice, self-reflection, and a commitment to continuous improvement. But the rewards are immeasurable. With the right mindset, you'll not only achieve better outcomes in your negotiations, but also experience greater satisfaction and success in all areas of your life. In the next chapter, we'll explore the critical importance of effective preparation in negotiation. You'll discover how thorough research and strategic planning can give you a significant advantage before you even step into the negotiation room. But for now, take a moment to reflect on your current mindset. Are you ready to embrace the traits of a master negotiator? The journey to negotiation mastery begins in your mind, and the transformation starts now. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to Grow to the Top and activate notifications to receive more self-improvement tips that will supercharge your growth. And make sure to give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. It really helps the channel grow. Thank you for your support. Chapter 2: Effective Preparation. As you step into the world of negotiation, imagine having a secret weapon at your disposal, a tool so powerful that it can turn the tables in your favor before you even utter a single word. This weapon isn't a clever tactic or a silver-tongued phrase. It's something far more fundamental, yet often overlooked: effective preparation. Many negotiators walk into a room armed with nothing but their wits and a vague idea of what they want. They believe their quick thinking and charm will carry them through. But in the high-stakes world of negotiation, this approach is akin to bringing a knife to a gunfight. The truly successful negotiators know that the battle is often won long before they sit down at the table. So, what exactly does effective preparation entail? It's more than just rehearsing your opening statement or memorizing a few key facts. It's a comprehensive process that involves deep research, strategic planning, and mental preparation. It's about building a foundation so solid that you can confidently navigate any twist or turn the negotiation might take. Let's start by exploring why effective preparation is so crucial. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you were caught off guard by an unexpected question or piece of information? That sinking feeling in your stomach, the momentary panic as you scramble for a response, these are the hallmarks of inadequate preparation. By thoroughly preparing, you avoid these common pitfalls that can derail even the most promising negotiations. But preparation isn't just about avoiding mistakes, it's about gaining leverage and confidence. When you walk into a negotiation armed with comprehensive knowledge and a clear strategy, you exude a quiet confidence that can be felt across the table. This confidence isn't just for show, it translates into real negotiating power. One of the cornerstones of effective preparation is researching the other party. This goes beyond a cursory Google search or glance at their LinkedIn profile. It's about diving deep to understand their needs, interests, and motivations. What drives them? What keeps them up at night? What are their pain points and aspirations? Gathering this information requires a mix of resourcefulness and detective work. You might analyze their public statements, study their past deals, or tap into your network for insights. The goal is to build a comprehensive picture of who they are and what they want. This knowledge becomes your compass, guiding your strategy and helping you craft proposals that resonate with their interests. But research isn't just about the other party. It's equally important to turn the lens inward and define your own objectives. What exactly do you hope to achieve from this negotiation? What are your non-negotiables? What are you willing to concede? Setting clear goals helps you stay focused and avoid getting sidetracked during the heat of negotiation. Prioritizing your outcomes is a crucial part of this process. Not all objectives are created equal, and you need to be clear about what matters most. This prioritization helps you make quick decisions when trade-offs are necessary, ensuring you don't lose sight of your most important goals. Now, let's delve into a concept that can dramatically shift the power dynamics in any negotiation: BATNA. This acronym stands for Best Alternative to a Negotiated Agreement, and understanding it is crucial for effective preparation. Your BATNA is essentially your Plan B, what you'll do if this negotiation doesn't work out. Identifying your BATNA requires honest self-assessment and creative thinking. What other options do you have if this deal falls through? How attractive are these alternatives? The stronger your BATNA, the more power you have at the negotiating table. It gives you the confidence to walk away if the terms aren't favorable, which paradoxically often leads to better outcomes. But simply identifying your BATNA isn't enough. The real power comes from actively strengthening it. This might involve developing other opportunities, improving your fallback position, or even creating new alternatives. The stronger your BATNA, the more leverage you have in negotiations. As you prepare, don't underestimate the power of well-crafted questions. The right question at the right time can unlock new possibilities, reveal hidden interests, and shift the entire direction of a negotiation. But not all questions are created equal. Open-ended questions that encourage elaboration can often yield more valuable information than closed-ended questions that can be answered with a simple yes or no. Crafting questions to uncover interests is an art form. You want to probe beneath the surface, beyond stated positions, to understand the underlying motivations and concerns. Questions like, what's driving your interest in this particular approach? Or, how would this solution impact your long-term goals? Can reveal valuable insights that inform your strategy. Of course, no amount of preparation can anticipate every possible scenario. That's why it's crucial to anticipate challenges and prepare for them. What objections might the other party raise? What potential roadblocks could derail the negotiation? By identifying these potential hurdles in advance, you can develop counter-arguments and alternative proposals, ensuring you're never caught flat-footed. As you gather all this information and develop your strategy, organization becomes key. Creating a negotiation checklist can help ensure you don't overlook any crucial elements. This might include key facts about the other party, your prioritized objectives, potential concessions, and prepared responses to likely objections. There are also numerous tools and resources available to aid in your preparation. From negotiation planning templates to scenario modeling software, these tools can help you organize your thoughts and visualize different outcomes. The key is finding the tools that work best for your style and the specific negotiation at hand. Now, let's talk about putting all this preparation into practice. One effective exercise is to conduct mock research on a potential negotiation partner. Choose a company or individual you might negotiate with in the future and go through the process of researching their needs, interests, and background. This not only hones your research skills, but also builds a valuable knowledge base for future negotiations. Another practical exercise is developing your own BATNA scenario. Think of an upcoming negotiation and brainstorm all possible alternatives if the negotiation doesn't work out. Then, evaluate these alternatives and identify ways to strengthen your position. This exercise not only prepares you for specific negotiations, but also trains you to think strategically about your options in any situation. Lastly, practice crafting a list of strategic questions for a hypothetical negotiation. Focus on open-ended questions that probe beneath surface-level positions to uncover underlying interests and motivations. This exercise sharpens your ability to gather crucial information during negotiations. As you engage in these preparation activities, it's important to consider the range of possible outcomes. A good outcome might be a basic understanding of the other party and your objectives. This alone puts you ahead of many negotiators who enter discussions unprepared. An excellent outcome would involve thorough preparation with detailed research and a strong BATNA. You'd have a clear strategy and be well prepared for various scenarios. But the best outcome? That's when you achieve comprehensive knowledge and develop a solid plan that leads to successful negotiation outcomes. You're not just prepared, you're several steps ahead, able to anticipate and guide the negotiation towards your desired result. Of course, even with the best preparation, things can go wrong. Insufficient research might lead to surprises during the negotiation. The solution? Allocate more time to gather and verify information. Make it a habit to dig deeper, cross-reference your sources, and continually update your knowledge. An undefined BATNA can result in weak negotiating positions. To fix this, clearly define and actively work on strengthening your alternatives. Remember, your BATNA is not static. It can and should be improved over time. Overlooking potential objections is another common pitfall. Combat this by brainstorming challenges and preparing counter-arguments. Put yourself in the other party's shoes and think critically about every aspect of your proposal. As we conclude this chapter on effective preparation, you might be feeling a mix of excitement and perhaps a touch of overwhelm. The process we've outlined is indeed comprehensive, but remember that like any skill, it becomes easier and more natural with practice. Each time you prepare for a negotiation, you're not just getting ready for that specific interaction, You're honing a skill that will serve you in countless situations throughout your life. The power of preparation extends far beyond the negotiation table. It's a mindset, a way of approaching challenges that can transform not just your professional interactions, but your personal life as well. By embracing thorough preparation, you're setting yourself up for success in ways you might not even anticipate. As we move forward, we'll build on this foundation of preparation to explore the next crucial element of successful negotiation. But before we do, take a moment to reflect on your current preparation habits. Are you giving yourself the advantage of thorough preparation, or are you leaving success to chance? In our next chapter, we'll delve into a strategy that can transform your approach to negotiation. It's a concept so powerful that it can shift the entire dynamic of a discussion, giving you an edge that few negotiators truly understand. Are you ready to unlock this game-changing approach? Chapter 3: Setting Goals. As we delve into the art of negotiation, imagine yourself as an archer. You have your bow in hand, arrow nocked, and you're ready to take aim. But at what? Without a clear target, even the most skilled archer's shot will go astray. In negotiation, your goals are that target. They guide your every move, every word, and every decision. But what exactly does it mean to set goals in negotiation, and why is it so crucial? Let's start by exploring the power of clarity. When you enter a negotiation with clear, well-defined goals, you provide yourself with direction and focus. It's like having a compass in uncharted territory. This clarity helps you navigate the often complex and unpredictable landscape of negotiation. You'll find yourself better equipped to steer conversations, make decisions, and evaluate proposals. But the benefits of goal setting extend beyond mere direction. Well-defined goals also enable flexibility and adaptation. This might seem counterintuitive at first. After all, aren't goals about sticking to a plan? The truth is, when you have a clear understanding of what you want to achieve, you're better positioned to recognize alternative paths to those outcomes. You can adapt your approach without losing sight of your ultimate objectives. So, how do we go about setting these powerful goals? It starts with defining your desired outcomes. This process is more nuanced than simply deciding what you want. It involves a careful examination of your needs, wants, and nice-to-haves. Needs are your non-negotiables, the outcomes that are essential for the negotiation to be successful from your perspective. Wants are important but not critical, while nice-to-haves are bonuses that would be great to achieve but aren't deal-breakers. As you define these outcomes, it's crucial to make them measurable. Vague goals lead to vague results. Instead of saying you want a good deal, specify what that means in concrete terms. Is it a certain price point, a specific delivery timeline, a particular set of features or services? The more specific and measurable your goals, the easier it will be to track your progress and know when you've achieved success. Now, let's talk about a concept that might seem counterintuitive, but is absolutely critical in negotiation: the walkaway point. This is the line in the sand, the point at which you're prepared to walk away from the negotiation if your minimum requirements aren't met. Establishing this point is crucial because it protects you from making bad deals out of desperation or pressure. Recognizing your non-negotiables is key to establishing your walkaway point. These are the elements that, if not achieved, would make the deal untenable for you. By clearly defining these in advance, you set clear boundaries for yourself and avoid the pitfall of making regrettable concessions in the heat of the moment. With your desired outcomes defined and your walkaway point established, the next step is to prioritize your goals. Not all objectives are created equal, and it's rare to achieve everything you want in a negotiation. By clearly ranking your goals in order of importance, you give yourself a roadmap for decision-making during the negotiation process. This prioritization typically involves distinguishing between primary and secondary objectives. Primary objectives are your must-haves, the goals that align closely with your needs and walkaway point. Secondary objectives are important but not critical. They're the goals you'll push for but are willing to compromise on if necessary. The key here is to maintain flexibility in your goal adjustment. As the negotiation unfolds and new information comes to light, you may need to reassess and adjust your priorities. This doesn't mean abandoning your goals, but rather being open to new ways of achieving them or recognizing when an unexpected opportunity aligns with your broader interests. Speaking of interests, one of the most powerful shifts you can make in your approach to negotiation is to focus on interests rather than positions. Positions are the stated demands or offers that parties bring to the negotiation table. Interests, on the other hand, are the underlying needs, desires, concerns, and fears that drive those positions. By identifying underlying motivations, both your own and those of the other party, you open up a world of possibilities for creating mutual gains. This approach allows you to move beyond the zero-sum game of positional bargaining and into the realm of collaborative problem-solving. For example, instead of fixating on a specific price point, a position, you might explore the reasons why that price is important, an interest. Is it about profit margins, cash flow concerns, market positioning? By understanding these underlying interests, you can often find creative solutions that satisfy both parties' needs in ways that weren't apparent when focusing solely on positions. As you define and prioritize your goals, it's important to quantify them wherever possible. Setting specific targets gives you clear benchmarks to aim for and measure your progress against. This might involve setting precise figures for financial terms, specific dates for timelines, or detailed specifications for deliverables. Timeframes and deadlines are an often overlooked aspect of goal quantification. By attaching timelines to your goals, you create a sense of urgency and structure for the negotiation process. This can help prevent discussions from dragging on indefinitely and ensure that progress is being made at an acceptable pace. With your goals defined, prioritized, and quantified, the next step is to develop a strategic plan. This involves mapping out the negotiation process, anticipating potential scenarios, and planning your approach for each stage of the discussion. A crucial part of this strategic planning is contingency planning. What will you do if the other party rejects your initial proposal? How will you respond to specific counteroffers? What alternatives can you propose if you reach an impasse on a particular issue? By thinking through these scenarios in advance, you'll be better prepared to handle whatever comes your way during the actual negotiation. To help solidify these concepts, let's explore some practical exercises you can use to hone your goal-setting skills. Start by writing down your needs, wants, and nice-to-haves for an upcoming negotiation. Be as specific as possible and try to quantify each item where you can. Next, work on establishing your walkaway point. What are the minimum terms you're willing to accept? At what point would walking away be better than making a deal? This exercise can be challenging, as it forces you to confront tough choices, but it's invaluable in preparing you for the realities of negotiation. Once you have your list of goals, practice prioritizing them in order of importance. This might involve some difficult trade-offs, but remember, the goal is to have a clear hierarchy to guide your decision-making during the negotiation. Finally, try creating a negotiation strategy map. This visual representation of your goals, priorities, and planned approach can be a powerful tool for organizing your thoughts and preparing for various scenarios. As you engage in these exercises, consider the range of possible outcomes. A good outcome might be having a general idea of your desired outcomes. This alone puts you ahead of many negotiators who enter discussions with only vague notions of what they want to achieve. An excellent outcome would involve clearly defined and prioritized goals with well-established boundaries. You'd have a solid understanding of your needs, wants, and walkaway points, providing a strong foundation for the negotiation. The best outcome? That's when you develop a comprehensive strategic plan with quantifiable goals that lead to successful negotiations. You're not just prepared, you're strategically positioned to guide the negotiation towards your desired results while remaining flexible enough to seize unexpected opportunities. Of course, even with the best preparation, things can go wrong. Unclear goals can lead to confusion during the negotiation. The solution? Take the time to clarify and document specific objectives before entering the discussion. If you find yourself unsure during the negotiation, don't be afraid to take a break, to regroup, and refocus on your goals. Rigid positions can cause deadlocks, bringing negotiations to a grinding halt. To avoid this, continually remind yourself to focus on underlying interests rather than fixed positions. This mindset allows for more flexible solutions and can often break through seemingly insurmountable impasses. Failing to set a walkaway point can result in unfavorable agreements. You might find yourself making concessions you later regret simply to close the deal. The fix? Establish your boundaries clearly before the negotiation and stick to them. Remember, walking away from a bad deal is often better than accepting unfavorable terms. As we conclude this chapter on setting goals, you might be feeling a new sense of clarity and purpose. The process we've outlined provides a robust framework for approaching any negotiation with confidence and strategic focus. Each time you engage in this goal-setting process, you're not just preparing for a specific negotiation, you're honing a skill that will serve you in countless situations throughout your professional and personal life. The power of well-defined goals extends far beyond the negotiation table. It's a mindset, a way of approaching challenges that can transform not just your professional interactions, but your personal aspirations as well. By embracing thorough goal setting, you're setting yourself up for success in ways you might not even anticipate. As we move forward, we'll build on this foundation of clear, quantifiable goals to explore the next crucial element of successful negotiation. But before we do, take a moment to reflect on your current goal-setting habits. Are you giving yourself the advantage of well-defined objectives, or are you leaving your outcomes to chance? In our next chapter, we'll delve into a dimension of negotiation that often goes overlooked, yet has the power to dramatically influence outcomes. It's a silent language that speaks volumes, shaping perceptions and swaying decisions without a single word being uttered. Are you ready to unlock the secrets of this hidden conversation? Chapter 4: Body Language. Imagine you're in a crucial negotiation. Words are flowing back and forth, proposals are being discussed, and arguments are being made. But beneath this verbal exchange, another conversation is taking place. It's silent yet powerful, invisible yet unmistakable. This hidden dialogue has the potential to make or break your negotiation, often without you even realizing it. What is this mysterious force at play? It's the language of the body, a form of communication so innate that we often overlook its profound impact. In the world of negotiation, mastering this silent language can be the key to unlocking success. But why exactly is body language so crucial in negotiation? The answer lies in the fundamental nature of human communication. Long before we developed spoken language, our ancestors relied on nonverbal cues to convey intentions, emotions, and ideas. This primal form of communication is still deeply ingrained in our psyche, often carrying more weight than the words we speak. In negotiation, nonverbal cues serve as powerful tools for conveying trust and authority. A firm handshake, steady eye contact, or an open posture can communicate confidence and reliability without a single word being uttered. Conversely, fidgeting, avoiding eye contact, or crossing your arms might signal discomfort or dishonesty, potentially undermining your position before you've even begun to speak. But body language isn't just about projecting the right image. It's also about reading and interpreting the signals others are sending. By honing your ability to decipher these nonverbal cues, you gain valuable insights into the other party's thoughts, feelings, and intentions. This information can be invaluable in guiding your negotiation strategy, helping you to anticipate objections, identify areas of agreement, and navigate potential pitfalls. To truly harness the power of nonverbal communication, it's essential to understand the various signals the body can send. From the tilt of the head to the position of the feet, every part of our body has the potential to convey meaning. Some signals are obvious. A smile generally indicates pleasure or agreement, while a frown suggests displeasure or disagreement. Others are more subtle, like the direction a person's feet are pointing, which can indicate their level of engagement, or desire to leave a situation. It's important to note that body language isn't universal. Cultural considerations play a significant role in how nonverbal cues are both expressed and interpreted. What might be a sign of respect in one culture could be considered rude or aggressive in another. As a skilled negotiator, it's crucial to be aware of these cultural nuances, especially when engaging in international negotiations. Now, let's delve into some specific aspects of body language that can significantly impact your negotiation outcomes. We'll start with posture, a fundamental element of nonverbal communication. Standing or sitting with confidence can dramatically alter how others perceive you. Imagine a negotiator who enters the room with shoulders slumped, head down, and a hesitant gait. Now contrast that with someone who walks in with shoulders back, head high, and purposeful steps. Which one immediately commands more respect and attention? The key to confident posture is to take up space. This doesn't mean sprawling across the table or invading others' personal space. Rather, it's about adopting an open body position that signals self-assurance and openness. Avoid crossing your arms or legs, as this can be interpreted as defensive or closed off. Instead, keep your arms relaxed at your sides or use open hand gestures when speaking. Eye contact is another crucial element of body language in negotiation. Effective eye contact can build trust, convey sincerity, and demonstrate attentiveness. However, it's a delicate balance. Too little eye contact might make you appear shifty or insecure, while too much can come across as aggressive or intimidating. A good rule of thumb is to maintain eye contact for about 60 to 70% of the time during a conversation. When speaking, look at the other person to convey confidence in your statements. When listening, meet their gaze to show you're engaged and attentive. Remember to break eye contact naturally from time to time, looking away briefly before reestablishing connection. One fascinating technique in body language is mirroring. This involves subtly mimicking the posture, gestures, or speaking style of the person you're interacting with. When done correctly, mirroring can create a sense of rapport and connection, making the other party feel more comfortable and in sync with you. The key word here is subtle. Mirroring should be natural and almost imperceptible. If it's too obvious, it can come across as mocking or insincere. Start by matching the other person's energy level and speaking pace. If they lean forward, you might do the same after a short delay. If they use certain hand gestures, you could incorporate similar movements into your own communication. Facial expressions are perhaps the most crucial aspect of body language. A genuine smile can create warmth and openness, while a furrowed brow might convey concern or disagreement. In negotiation, it's important to be aware of your facial expressions and to control them when necessary. This doesn't mean maintaining a poker face throughout the negotiation. Such a lack of expression can make you seem cold or untrustworthy. Instead, aim for expressions that convey empathy and understanding, even when you disagree. Practice active listening faces, nodding slightly, maintaining eye contact, and showing engagement through your expression. In tense moments, controlling your facial reactions becomes even more crucial. A fleeting expression of surprise or dismay could give away your position or reveal a weakness. Practice maintaining a neutral, attentive expression even when faced with unexpected or challenging statements. One often overlooked aspect of body language is the strategic use of silence. In our rush to fill every moment with words, we often underestimate the power of a well-timed pause. Silence can be used to emphasize a point, to encourage the other party to reveal more information, or to give yourself time to think. The art of the pause is a skill worth mastering. After making a key point, pause to let it sink in. When asked a difficult question, take a moment before responding. This not only gives you time to formulate your thoughts, but also adds weight to your words. Be comfortable with silence. Resist the urge to fill it unnecessarily. Gestures and hand movements can greatly enhance your communication, adding emphasis and clarity to your words. Open palm gestures, for instance, can convey honesty and openness. Pointing, on the other hand, can come across as aggressive and should generally be avoided. While gestures can be powerful tools, it's important to avoid movements that might distract from your message. Fidgeting, playing with objects, or excessive gesticulation can undermine your authority and make you appear nervous or insecure. To truly master body language in negotiation, practice is key. Start by observing yourself in a mirror, noting your default posture and expressions. Record yourself in mock negotiations and analyze your body language. Are you projecting confidence? Do your nonverbal cues align with your words? Role-playing scenarios can be particularly effective for practicing mirroring and other body language techniques. Work with a partner, taking turns as the negotiator and the observer. Pay attention to how different body language affects the dynamic of the interaction. As you work on improving your body language skills, consider the range of outcomes you might achieve. A good outcome would be increased awareness of your own body language. Simply being more conscious of how you're presenting yourself can lead to significant improvements in your negotiation effectiveness. An excellent outcome involves the ability to consciously use body language to build rapport and convey confidence. At this level, you're not just aware of your nonverbal cues, but actively employing them to support your negotiation goals. The best outcome is achieving mastery in both reading others' body language and using your own to positively influence negotiations. At this level, you're able to pick up on subtle cues from others, adjusting your approach in real time based on the nonverbal feedback you're receiving. Of course, as with any skill, there are potential pitfalls to be aware of. Misreading body language can lead to miscommunication and misunderstandings. The solution is to study common signals and always consider cultural differences. Remember that body language should be interpreted in clusters and context, not in isolation. Overdoing mirroring techniques can make you appear insincere or even mocking. The key is to keep your mirroring subtle and natural. It should feel like a natural rapport, not a conscious technique. Nervous habits can undermine your efforts to project confidence. Identifying and addressing these habits is crucial. Practice stress reduction techniques and work on developing self-awareness to catch yourself when you fall into these patterns. As we conclude this exploration of body language in negotiation, take a moment to reflect on your own nonverbal communication. Are you harnessing the full power of this silent language, or are you unknowingly sending signals that undermine your position? Remember, mastering body language is not about manipulating others. It's about aligning your nonverbal communication with your intentions, creating congruence between what you say and how you say it. It's about reading the unspoken signals around you to gain a deeper understanding of the negotiation dynamics. As we move forward, we'll build on this foundation of nonverbal communication to explore another crucial dimension of negotiation. But before we do, consider this. If body language is the silent conversation happening beneath our words, what unseen forces might be shaping the emotional landscape of our negotiations? In our next chapter, we'll delve into a realm that's both intangible and profoundly influential, a factor that can make the difference between a negotiation that soars and one that crashes. Are you ready to explore the hidden currents that flow beneath every human interaction? Chapter 5. Building Rapport and Managing Emotions. Imagine stepping into a negotiation room where the air is thick with tension. The stakes are high, and both parties are guarded, their defenses up like impenetrable walls. Now, picture a different scenario. The same room, the same high stakes, but the atmosphere is different. There's a sense of ease, a flow of open communication, and a shared purpose despite differing objectives. What's the difference between these two scenarios? It's an invisible force that shapes every human interaction, a factor so powerful it can make or break a negotiation before a single offer is made. This force is the emotional undercurrent that flows beneath every negotiation. It's the rapport between parties, the ability to connect on a human level while still pursuing your objectives. It's about recognizing that negotiations aren't just a clash of interests, but a dance of emotions, personalities, and relationships. But why is building rapport and managing emotions so crucial in negotiations? At its core, negotiation is a human process. No matter how logical or fact-based we try to be, emotions invariably play a role in our decision-making. By enhancing trust and cooperation, strong rapport can turn adversaries into partners, transforming the negotiation from a zero-sum game into a collaborative problem-solving session. Moreover, when there's rapport between negotiating parties, it facilitates open communication and mutual understanding. Barriers come down, and people become more willing to share information, express their true concerns, and work towards mutually beneficial solutions. This openness can reveal opportunities for value creation that might otherwise remain hidden in a more adversarial negotiation. Central to this concept is the idea of emotional intelligence. This isn't about suppressing emotions or trying to be coldly logical. Instead, it's about recognizing and understanding emotions, both your own and those of others, and using this insight to inform your thinking and behavior. Recognizing your own emotions is the first step. Are you feeling anxious about the negotiation? Excited? Frustrated? By acknowledging these feelings, you can prevent them from unconsciously influencing your behavior or clouding your judgment. This self-awareness allows you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Equally important is the ability to perceive others' emotions. This doesn't mean mind reading, but rather paying attention to verbal and nonverbal cues that indicate how the other party is feeling. Are they leaning in, engaged, and interested, or are they pulling back, arms crossed, signaling discomfort or disagreement? By tuning into these emotional signals, you can adjust your approach in real time, addressing concerns before they become roadblocks. One of the most valuable skills in emotional management during negotiations is the ability to stay calm under pressure. When tensions rise and stakes are high, maintaining your composure can be the difference between a successful outcome and a negotiation breakdown. Stress management techniques can be invaluable here. Deep breathing exercises, for instance, can help regulate your physiological response to stress, keeping you centered and focused. Mindfulness practices can train your mind to stay present, preventing it from spiraling into worst-case scenarios or getting caught up in emotional reactions. Another crucial aspect of emotional management in negotiations is recognizing emotional triggers, those hot buttons that, when pushed, can cause a surge of emotion that derails your carefully planned strategy. These triggers are often deeply personal, rooted in past experiences or core values. Identifying your personal triggers is a process of self-reflection. What situations or comments tend to provoke a strong emotional response in you? Once you've identified these triggers, you can prepare responses in advance. This preparation allows you to respond thoughtfully rather than react instinctively when these sensitive points arise during a negotiation. While managing negative emotions is important, don't overlook the power of positive emotions in negotiations. Positive emotions can create a collaborative atmosphere, fostering creativity and openness to new ideas. A well-timed moment of levity can break tension and reset the tone of a difficult conversation. Humor, when used appropriately, can be a powerful tool for building rapport and diffusing tension. The key word here is appropriately. Humor should never be at someone else's expense and should be sensitive to the context and cultural norms of the negotiation. Empathy is another cornerstone of effective emotional management and rapport building in negotiations. It's about putting yourself in the other party's shoes, trying to understand their perspective, needs, and concerns. This doesn't mean you have to agree with them, but understanding where they're coming from can open up new avenues for agreement. Active listening is a crucial skill for developing empathy. This means fully focusing on what the other person is saying, rather than planning your response or thinking about your next point. It involves not just hearing the words, but also paying attention to tone, body language, and what's not being said. Validating the other party's feelings is another important aspect of empathy in negotiations. This doesn't mean you agree with their position, but rather that you acknowledge and respect their emotions. Simple phrases like, "I understand why you might feel that way," can go a long way in building trust and opening up communication. Finding common ground is another powerful technique for building rapport. This involves discovering shared interests, experiences, or values that can create a connection beyond the negotiation at hand. It might be a shared hobby, a similar professional background, or a mutual acquaintance. These points of connection can humanize the interaction, reminding both parties that they're dealing with a person, not just a position. Mirroring communication styles can also enhance rapport. This involves subtly matching the tone, pace, and even the language choices of the other party. If they speak slowly and thoughtfully, match that pace. If they use industry-specific jargon, incorporate similar terms into your responses. This alignment can create a sense of being in sync that facilitates smoother communication. Open body language is another powerful tool for building rapport and managing the emotional tone of a negotiation. Maintaining an open posture with uncrossed arms and legs signals trustworthiness and openness. Making appropriate eye contact, nodding to show understanding, and leaning slightly forward can all encourage openness from the other party. To truly master these skills, practice is essential. Try incorporating active listening into your daily conversations, really focusing on understanding the other person's perspective. Work on identifying your emotional triggers and developing coping strategies for when they arise. Role-playing negotiation scenarios with a partner can be an excellent way to enhance your empathy and rapport-building skills in a low-stakes environment. As you develop these skills, consider the range of outcomes you might achieve. A good outcome would be an improved ability to remain calm during negotiations, maintaining your composure even when tensions rise. This alone can significantly enhance your negotiation effectiveness. An excellent outcome involves not just managing your own emotions, but actively building rapport that leads to more collaborative discussions. At this level, you're able to create an atmosphere of trust and open communication that facilitates problem-solving and value creation. The best outcome is achieving mastery in both managing emotions and building strong relationships that lead to consistently successful negotiations. At this level, you're able to navigate even the most challenging emotional landscapes, turning potential conflicts into opportunities for mutual gain. Of course, as with any interpersonal skill, there are potential pitfalls to be aware of. One common issue is allowing emotions to override decisions. While emotions are an important part of negotiations, they shouldn't dictate your choices. The solution is to practice emotional regulation techniques and always keep your objectives in focus. Misunderstanding others' emotions can also lead to missteps in negotiations. The remedy here is to continually improve your active listening skills and never hesitate to seek clarification if you're unsure about the other party's emotional state or motivations. Finally, it's possible to overemphasize rapport building at the expense of achieving your objectives. While strong relationships are important, remember that the goal is still to reach a favorable agreement. Strive to balance relationship building with a clear focus on your negotiation goals. As we conclude this exploration of rapport building and emotional management in negotiations, take a moment to reflect on your own emotional intelligence. Are you harnessing the full power of empathy and connection in your negotiations? Or are you letting unmanaged emotions create barriers to success? Remember, mastering these skills is not about manipulating others' emotions or suppressing your own. It's about creating an environment of mutual understanding and respect where both parties can work together towards a mutually beneficial outcome. It's about recognizing that behind every position and every demand, there's a person with hopes, fears, and needs. As we move forward, we'll build on this foundation of emotional intelligence to explore another crucial dimension of negotiation. But before we do, consider this. If emotions and rapport are the invisible currents that shape our interactions, what about the visible exchanges that occur during a negotiation? In our next chapter, we'll delve into a strategy that can dramatically shift the balance of power in any negotiation. It's a technique so fundamental, yet so often misunderstood, that mastering it can give you an unparalleled advantage. Are you ready to unlock the secret of strategic give and take that lies at the heart of every successful negotiation? Chapter 6: Managing Concessions. In the intricate dance of negotiation, there's a delicate balance that can make or break your success. It's a give and take that, when mastered, can transform the entire dynamic of your interactions. But tread carefully, for this balance is as precarious as it is powerful. One misstep, and you might find yourself on a slippery slope, losing ground faster than you can regain it. What is this crucial element that holds such sway over negotiation outcomes? It's the art of managing concessions, a skill that separates novice negotiators from true masters of the craft. But before we delve into the intricacies of this art, let's consider why it's so vital to your negotiation success. At its core, managing concessions is about maintaining leverage and control throughout the negotiation process. It's the difference between steering the conversation and being pulled along by it. When you skillfully manage concessions, you're not just reacting to the other party's demands, you're actively shaping the trajectory of the negotiation. But there's more to it than just maintaining control. Effective concession management also encourages reciprocity from the other party. It's a powerful psychological principle. When someone gives us something, we feel compelled to give something in return. By strategically offering concessions, you can create a sense of obligation in your counterpart, encouraging them to make concessions of their own. To truly understand the role of concessions in negotiation, we need to recognize that they're not just inevitable, they're essential. A negotiation without any give and take is likely to reach an impasse quickly. The key is understanding when to concede and how to do it in a way that strengthens rather than weakens your position. The psychology behind concessions is fascinating. When we make a concession, it's not just about the tangible value we're giving up, it's also about the message we're sending. A well-timed concession can communicate flexibility, reasonableness, and a genuine desire to reach an agreement. But a poorly managed concession can signal weakness, desperation, or lack of conviction in your position. One of the fundamental principles of effective concession management is to concede slowly. This doesn't mean being stubborn or inflexible. Rather, it's about making incremental moves that allow you to gauge the other party's reactions and adjust your strategy accordingly. Making small, gradual concessions serves several purposes. First, it allows you to maintain control over the pace of the negotiation. Second, it gives you multiple opportunities to receive reciprocal concessions from the other party. And third, it prevents you from giving away too much too quickly, a common mistake that can severely weaken your position. Avoiding large early concessions is particularly crucial. When you make a significant concession early in the negotiation, you risk setting a precedent that the other party will expect you to maintain. It can also signal that you have a lot of room to move, encouraging the other party to push for even more concessions. Another powerful technique in concession management is creating the illusion of sacrifice. This doesn't mean being deceptive. Rather, it's about effectively communicating the value and significance of your concessions. When you make a concession, frame it in a way that highlights its importance. Explain the effort or cost involved in making the concession. This helps ensure that your counterpart fully appreciates the value of what you're offering. Communicating the effort and cost behind your concessions serves two purposes. First, it makes the other party more likely to reciprocate with a meaningful concession of their own. Second, it can make them less likely to push for further concessions in that area, as they understand the difficulty involved. One of the most effective approaches to concession management is to focus on trading rather than giving. This aligns with the principle of reciprocity we discussed earlier. Instead of simply granting a concession, structure it as an exchange. If you can do X, then we'd be willing to do Y. This approach ensures that every concession you make is matched by a gain. Structuring quid pro quo agreements in this way helps maintain balance in the negotiation. It also keeps both parties engaged in problem-solving mode, looking for creative ways to meet each other's needs. Remember, the goal isn't to win by making fewer concessions than the other party. It's to create an agreement that satisfies both parties' key interests. Timing is another crucial factor in effective concession management. Recognizing strategic moments to make concessions can significantly impact their effectiveness. For example, making a concession when negotiations have reached a deadlock can break the impasse and reinvigorate the discussion. Similarly, making a concession after receiving one from the other party can reinforce the norm of reciprocity and keep the momentum going. Using concessions to break deadlocks is a particularly valuable skill. When negotiations have stalled, a well-timed concession can signal your commitment to finding a solution and encourage the other party to reciprocate. However, be careful not to appear desperate. Frame your concession as a problem-solving move rather than a capitulation. As you navigate the back and forth of concessions, it's important to keep score. This doesn't mean treating negotiation like a competition, but rather maintaining awareness of the balance of concessions made and received. Tracking this balance helps ensure that you're not giving away more than you're getting in return. Ensuring balance in the agreement is crucial for long-term satisfaction with the negotiation outcome. If one party feels they've made all the concessions while the other has given little ground, it can lead to resentment and potentially jeopardize the implementation of the agreement. While managing concessions, it's crucial to be aware of potential traps. Some negotiators use manipulative tactics to extract unfair concessions. These might include applying time pressure, making extreme initial demands to anchor the negotiation in their favor, or using emotional manipulation to make you feel obligated to concede. Recognizing these tactics is the first step in avoiding them. Maintain control over the process by sticking to your prepared strategy, taking time to consider offers before responding, and not being afraid to call out unfair tactics if you observe them. To truly master the art of concession management, practice is essential. Role-playing exercises can be particularly effective. Try simulating negotiations where you focus on making slow, incremental concessions. Pay attention to how this approach affects the dynamic of the negotiation. Developing a concession strategy plan before entering a negotiation can also be incredibly helpful. This might include identifying potential concessions in advance, deciding on their relative importance, and planning how and when you might offer them. Simulating scenarios where you trade concessions rather than simply giving them can help you internalize this important principle. Practice framing your concessions as exchanges and observe how this changes the negotiation dynamic. As you work on improving your concession management skills, consider the range of outcomes you might achieve. A good outcome would be making concessions without significantly weakening your position. This alone puts you ahead of many negotiators who give ground too easily. An excellent outcome involves strategically managing concessions to advance negotiations. At this level, you're not just protecting your position, but actively using concessions to steer the negotiation towards your desired outcome. The best outcome is achieving mastery in using concessions to maintain control and achieve optimal outcomes. At this level, every concession you make is a calculated move that strengthens your position and brings you closer to your goals. Of course, even with the best preparation and skills, things can go wrong. One common pitfall is conceding too much too soon. The solution is to plan your concessions in advance and stick to your strategy. Resist the urge to make unplanned concessions in the heat of the moment. Another issue that can arise is not receiving reciprocal concessions. If you find yourself making all the concessions while the other party gives no ground, it's time to address the issue directly. Communicate your expectations for reciprocity clearly. You might say something like, "We've made several moves to accommodate your needs. We're looking for some flexibility from your side as well." Being manipulated into unfavorable concessions is another potential pitfall. The key to avoiding this is to recognize manipulative tactics and reinforce your boundaries. Don't be afraid to take a break if you feel pressured, and always evaluate concessions against your pre-established criteria. As we conclude this exploration of concession management, take a moment to reflect on your own approach to give and take in negotiations. Are you strategically using concessions to maintain control and advance your goals? Or are you giving ground reactively, potentially weakening your position. Remember, mastering the art of concession management isn't about being stingy or inflexible. It's about ensuring that every concession you make serves a purpose, whether it's building goodwill, encouraging reciprocity, or moving the negotiation towards a mutually beneficial conclusion. As we move forward, we'll build on this foundation of strategic concession management to explore another crucial dimension of negotiation. But before we do, consider this. If managing concessions is about controlling what you give in a negotiation, what about controlling the very context in which the negotiation takes place? In our next chapter, we'll delve into a strategy that can dramatically shift the playing field in your favor before the negotiation even begins. It's an approach so subtle, yet so powerful, that mastering it can give you an unparalleled advantage from the very start. Are you ready to discover how to shape the negotiation landscape itself? Chapter 7. Influencing the environment. Imagine walking into a room where every detail has been carefully orchestrated to work in your favor. The lighting, the temperature, the very arrangement of the furniture, all of it designed to put you at ease while subtly unsettling your counterpart. This isn't some far-fetched scenario from a spy thriller. It's the reality of high-stakes negotiations where nothing is left to chance, and every advantage, no matter how small, is leveraged to its fullest potential. Welcome to the hidden world of environmental influence in negotiations. It's a realm where the subtlest factors can have profound impacts on outcomes, where the savvy negotiator doesn't just prepare their arguments, but shapes the very context in which those arguments will be made. But why is influencing the environment so crucial for effective negotiation? At its core, it's about setting the tone and dynamics of the interaction before a single word is spoken. The environment in which a negotiation takes place can significantly impact the psychological state of the participants, their comfort levels, and even their willingness to collaborate or compete. Think about it. Have you ever felt immediately at ease in a certain space, while in others you felt tense or on edge? These reactions aren't random. They're the result of countless environmental cues that our brains process, often subconsciously. In a negotiation context, these factors can enhance comfort and reduce tension, creating an atmosphere more conducive to productive dialogue and mutual understanding. The impact of environment on negotiation goes far beyond mere comfort. The psychological effects of space can be profound. A room with high ceilings, for instance, has been shown to encourage more abstract and creative thinking, while lower ceilings tend to foster more detailed, focused thought. The colors of the walls, the amount of natural light, even the presence or absence of plants, all of these elements send subtle signals that can influence mood, energy levels, and cognitive processes. Environmental cues can also send powerful messages about power dynamics and expectations. A negotiation held in a formal boardroom sets a very different tone from one conducted in a casual cafe setting. The choice of venue can signal the level of importance you're attaching to the negotiation, your desire for formality or informality, and even your relative power position. Given these impacts, choosing the right location for a negotiation becomes a strategic decision in itself. There's often significant advantage in selecting a neutral location, a space that doesn't belong to either party. Neutral ground can help level the playing field, reducing any home court advantage and signaling a commitment to fairness and collaboration. The benefits of neutral ground extend beyond just psychological comfort. It can also provide practical advantages, such as equal access to resources and amenities for both parties. When negotiating the selection of a venue, consider factors like accessibility, privacy, and the availability of necessary facilities like presentation equipment or breakout rooms. Controlling the timing and setting of a negotiation is another powerful tool in your environmental influence arsenal. Scheduling for advantage might mean proposing a time when you know you'll be at your best. Perhaps you're a morning person and do your clearest thinking early in the day. It could also involve considering the other party's schedule and energy levels. A negotiation scheduled right after a long flight, for instance, might catch the other party at a low energy point. Creating a comfortable atmosphere goes beyond just the physical space. It's about setting the stage for productive dialogue. This might involve providing refreshments, ensuring comfortable seating, or even incorporating short breaks into the schedule to prevent fatigue and maintain focus. In today's digital age, we can't discuss negotiation environments without addressing virtual meetings. Online negotiations have become increasingly common, bringing both advantages and challenges. On the plus side, virtual meetings can offer greater flexibility in scheduling and reduce travel costs. They can also level the playing field in some ways, as neither party has a home turf advantage. However, virtual negotiations also present unique challenges. Technical issues can disrupt the flow of conversation, and it can be harder to read body language and other nonverbal cues. To utilize virtual meetings wisely, it's crucial to master the technology, ensure a professional background and lighting, and develop strategies for maintaining engagement in a digital environment. When it comes to in-person negotiations, don't underestimate the power of strategic seating arrangements. The way people are positioned relative to each other can significantly influence the dynamics of the interaction. A face-to-face seating arrangement, for instance, can create a more confrontational atmosphere, while sitting side by side or at right angles can foster a more collaborative feel. Understanding power dynamics in seating arrangements is crucial. The person at the head of the table is often perceived as being in a position of authority. If you're aiming for a collaborative negotiation, a round table might be more appropriate. For more competitive negotiations, you might strategically position yourself to maintain eye contact with key decision makers. Minimizing distractions is another key aspect of environmental control. A negotiation requires focus and attention from all parties. Ensuring privacy and confidentiality not only prevents interruptions, but also creates a sense of security that can encourage more open and honest communication. In the digital age, technology etiquette has become an important consideration. Agree on rules about phone use, email checking, and other potential digital distractions before the negotiation begins. In virtual settings, encourage the use of mute buttons when not speaking to minimize background noise. Never underestimate the impact of environmental comfort on negotiation outcomes. Factors like temperature, lighting, and overall ambiance can significantly affect mood and cognitive function. A room that's too hot or too cold can lead to discomfort and irritability, potentially derailing productive discussions. Harsh lighting can cause eye strain and headaches, while soft, natural light can enhance mood and focus. Providing amenities to ease tension can also be a strategic move. Having water readily available, ensuring comfortable seating, and even providing notepads and pens can show thoughtfulness and hospitality, potentially softening the other party's stance. To truly master the art of environmental influence, practice and observation are key. Try analyzing different negotiation environments you encounter in your daily life. What messages do they send? How do they make you feel? This awareness will help you make more intentional choices when setting up your own negotiation spaces. Setting up an optimal negotiation space is a skill that improves with practice. Experiment with different layouts, lighting options, and seating arrangements. Pay attention to how these changes affect the mood and dynamics of conversations. Role-playing in various settings can be an enlightening exercise. Try conducting the same mock negotiation in different environments: a formal conference room, a casual coffee shop, and a virtual meeting. Observe how the change in setting influences your behavior and that of your counterpart. As you work on honing your environmental influence skills, consider the range of outcomes you might achieve. A good outcome would be simply having awareness of environmental factors. This alone puts you ahead of many negotiators who overlook these subtle yet powerful influences. An excellent outcome involves the ability to set up environments that enhance your effectiveness. At this level, you're not just aware of environmental factors, but actively using them to create conditions favorable to your goals. The best outcome is achieving mastery in manipulating environmental variables for optimal outcomes. At this level, Every aspect of the negotiation environment is a tool in your arsenal, carefully calibrated to nudge the interaction towards your desired result. Of course, even with the best preparation, things can go wrong. One common pitfall is overlooking environmental distractions. The solution is to thoroughly assess the negotiation space beforehand, anticipating potential issues and addressing them proactively. Choosing inappropriate venues can also undermine your efforts. The key is to select locations that are neutral, comfortable, and conducive to the type of negotiation you're engaging in. Consider factors like accessibility, privacy, and the message the venue itself sends about the nature of the negotiation. In virtual settings, technological failures can derail even the best planned negotiation. The solution is to test your technology thoroughly in advance and always have backup plans. This might include alternative communication methods or even a plan to reschedule if technical issues can't be quickly resolved. As we conclude this exploration of environmental influence in negotiations, take a moment to reflect on your own awareness of these factors. Are you actively shaping the environments in which your negotiations take place? Or are you leaving these powerful variables to chance? Remember, mastering environmental influence isn't about manipulation or trickery. It's about creating conditions that foster productive dialogue, reduce unnecessary tension, and set the stage for mutually beneficial outcomes. It's about recognizing that the context of a negotiation can be just as important as its content. As we move forward, we'll build on this foundation of environmental mastery to explore another crucial dimension of negotiation. But before we do, consider this. If shaping the environment can give you such an advantage, what about shaping the very flow of the conversation itself? In our next chapter, we'll delve into a skill so fundamental yet so often overlooked that mastering it can transform your entire approach to negotiation. Are you ready to discover the hidden power that lies in the spaces between words, in the subtle art of navigating the ebb and flow of dialogue? Chapter 8: Handling Objections. In the intricate dance of negotiation, there comes a moment when the music seems to stop. The rhythm you've carefully established suddenly falters, and you find yourself face to face with a formidable obstacle. It's a moment that can make even seasoned negotiators pause, a moment that can determine the entire course of your discussion. But what if I told you that this moment, far from being a setback, could be the key to unlocking unprecedented success in your negotiation? Welcome to the art of handling objections, a skill so crucial that it can transform potential deal breakers into powerful catalysts for agreement. But before we dive into the intricacies of this art, let's consider why it's so vital to your negotiation success. At its core, handling objections effectively is about keeping negotiations moving forward. It's the difference between a discussion that grinds to a halt and one that flows smoothly towards a mutually beneficial conclusion. When you skillfully address objections, you're not just overcoming obstacles, you're actively propelling the negotiation towards your desired outcome. But there's more to it than just maintaining momentum. Effectively handling objections builds trust by demonstrating that you're genuinely listening to and addressing the other party's concerns. It shows that you're not just pushing your own agenda, but are committed to finding solutions that work for everyone involved. To truly master the art of handling objections, we need to start by reframing how we view them. Many negotiators see objections as roadblocks or attacks on their position. But what if we could shift this perspective? What if, instead of seeing pushback as a problem, we could view it as an opportunity? This shift in perspective is transformative. When you reframe objections as opportunities, you open yourself up to gaining valuable insights into the other party's needs, concerns, and motivations. Each objection becomes a window into their thought process, providing you with information that can help you craft more compelling proposals and find mutually beneficial solutions. To leverage this opportunity, active listening becomes your most powerful tool. This isn't just about hearing the words being spoken, it's about fully engaging with the speaker, picking up on subtle cues in their tone and body language, and truly seeking to understand their perspective. One effective technique in active listening is reflecting and paraphrasing. After the other party raises an objection, try restating it in your own words. This serves two purposes. It ensures you've understood correctly, and it shows the other party that you're genuinely listening to their concerns. Of course, maintaining this level of engagement can be challenging, especially when faced with objections that feel confrontational or threatening to your position. This is where the ability to stay calm and composed becomes crucial. Managing your emotional reactions in the face of objections is a skill that can significantly impact the outcome of your negotiations. There are various techniques you can employ to maintain your poise. Deep breathing exercises can help calm your physiological response to stress. Mentally reframing the objection as an opportunity rather than an attack can help you maintain a constructive mindset. Remember, your goal isn't to win against the objection, but to collaborate with the other party to find a solution. Once you've listened actively and maintained your composure, the next step is to dig deeper into the objection through clarifying questions. Often, the initial objection raised isn't the real issue at hand. By asking thoughtful, probing questions, you can uncover the underlying concerns driving the objection. Be careful to avoid making assumptions about the nature of the objection. What might seem like a pricing issue on the surface could actually be rooted in concerns about quality or delivery timelines. By asking open-ended questions and encouraging the other party to elaborate on their concerns, you can gain a more complete understanding of the situation. With a clear understanding of the objection, you're now in a position to provide data and evidence to support your position. This is where thorough preparation pays off. Having relevant facts, figures, and examples at your fingertips can help you address objections persuasively. However, it's not just about having the right information, it's about presenting it effectively. Use clear, concise language and visual aids where appropriate. Frame your evidence in a way that directly addresses the other party's concerns. Remember, your goal is not to overwhelm them with data, but to provide compelling support for your position. While data and evidence are important, they're often not enough on their own to resolve objections. This is where the art of offering solutions comes into play. Based on your understanding of the objection and the underlying concerns, you can now generate creative alternatives that address the issue at hand. The key here is to focus on building win-win scenarios. Look for solutions that not only address the other party's concerns, but also align with your own objectives. This might involve thinking outside the box, combining elements from different proposals, or introducing entirely new ideas. Once you've offered a solution, it's crucial to close the loop by confirming that the objection has been satisfactorily addressed. This step is often overlooked, but it's vital for ensuring that you're both on the same page and ready to move forward. Ask the other party directly if your proposed solution addresses their concern. If it doesn't, encourage them to explain what aspects still need to be addressed. This not only helps resolve the current objection, but also sets the stage for smoother negotiations moving forward. To truly master the art of handling objections, practice is essential. Role-playing exercises can be particularly effective. Try simulating negotiations where one party raises common objections, and practice addressing them using the techniques we've discussed. Group discussions can provide excellent opportunities to hone your active listening skills. Pay attention to how others express their concerns and practice restating and clarifying their points. Developing a repertoire of responses to common objections in your field can also be incredibly helpful. While each negotiation is unique, having a foundation of well-thought-out responses can give you confidence and help you react more quickly in the moment. As you work on improving your objection handling skills, consider the range of outcomes you might achieve. A good outcome would be the ability to address basic objections without derailing the negotiation. This alone puts you ahead of many negotiators who become flustered or defensive when faced with pushback. An excellent outcome involves skillfully turning objections into opportunities for progress. At this level, you're not just overcoming obstacles, but using them to gain insights and move the negotiation forward in a positive direction. The best outcome is achieving mastery in handling objections, leading to stronger agreements. At this level, objections become a tool for crafting more robust, mutually beneficial solutions that address all parties' underlying interests. Of course, even with the best skills and intentions, things can go wrong when handling objections. One common pitfall is becoming defensive. When faced with an objection, it's natural to want to protect your position. However, responding defensively can escalate tensions and damage rapport. The solution is to stay calm and view objections objectively, remembering that they're not personal attacks, but opportunities for clarification and problem solving. Another potential issue is misinterpreting objections. Sometimes, in our eagerness to address concerns, we jump to conclusions about what the other party means. This can lead to offering solutions that don't actually address the real issue. The fix is simple but powerful. Ask clarifying questions to ensure you fully understand the objection before responding. Failing to provide solutions is another mistake that can stall negotiations. Sometimes, negotiators get so caught up in defending their position that they forget to offer constructive alternatives. To avoid this, prepare potential solutions in advance for common objections, and cultivate a problem-solving mindset that allows you to generate creative solutions on the spot. As we conclude this exploration of handling objections, take a moment to reflect on your own approach. Do you view objections as roadblocks or opportunities? Are you equipped to turn potential deal breakers into stepping stones towards agreement? Remember, mastering the art of handling objections isn't about winning arguments or forcing your perspective on others. It's about fostering understanding, finding common ground, and collaboratively crafting solutions that meet everyone's needs. It's about transforming moments of potential conflict into opportunities for deeper connection and more robust agreements. As we move forward, we'll build on this foundation of objection handling to explore the final frontier of negotiation mastery. But before we do, consider this. If handling objections can turn obstacles into opportunities, what might happen when you apply all the skills we've discussed to every aspect of your life? In our final chapter, we'll explore how to take your negotiation skills beyond the boardroom and into your everyday interactions. Are you ready to discover how mastering the art of negotiation can transform not just your professional outcomes, but your entire approach to life's challenges and opportunities? Chapter 9, Mastery in Action. As we reach the culmination of our journey through the art and science of negotiation, it's time to step back and consider the broader implications of what you've learned. The skills and strategies we've explored aren't just tools for the boardroom or the business world. They're keys that can unlock new levels of success and fulfillment in every aspect of your life. Imagine approaching every interaction, every challenge, and every opportunity with the confidence and skill of a master negotiator. This isn't just a fantasy. It's the reality that awaits you as you integrate these negotiation skills into your daily life and commit to continuous improvement. The journey you've embarked on through the pages of this book has equipped you with a powerful set of tools. You've learned to prepare thoroughly, set clear goals, read and use body language effectively, build rapport, manage concessions, influence your environment, and handle objections with grace and skill. But the true power of these skills lies not in their individual application, but in how they come together to transform your approach to life's challenges and opportunities. With these skills at your disposal, you'll find yourself approaching negotiations, both formal and informal, with a newfound confidence. This isn't the brash overconfidence that often leads to missteps, but a quiet, assured confidence born of knowledge and preparation. You'll know that you have the tools to handle whatever comes your way, to navigate complex situations with ease, and to consistently achieve your desired outcomes. But the benefits extend far beyond just winning negotiations. As you apply these skills in your daily interactions, you'll find your relationships, both professional and personal, improving dramatically. The ability to truly listen, to understand others' perspectives, to find common ground, and to craft win-win solutions isn't just valuable in formal negotiations. It's the foundation of strong, lasting relationships built on mutual respect and understanding. Think about the conflicts and misunderstandings that often arise in personal relationships. Now imagine approaching these situations with the same skill and mindset you'd bring to a high-stakes business negotiation. By applying the principles of active listening, empathy, and collaborative problem-solving, you can transform potential arguments into opportunities for deeper connection and mutual growth. In your professional life, you'll find yourself able to navigate complex negotiations with an ease that might have seemed impossible before. Whether you're negotiating a major business deal, advocating for a promotion, or simply trying to get buy-in for your ideas in a team meeting, you'll have the skills to articulate your position clearly, understand others' perspectives, and find solutions that meet everyone's needs. Conflict resolution becomes not just easier, but more effective. Instead of dreading confrontations, you'll see them as opportunities to apply your skills, to understand different viewpoints, and to craft solutions that strengthen relationships and lead to better outcomes for all involved. As you continue to practice and refine these skills, you'll find that they become more and more intuitive. What once required conscious effort and careful planning will start to feel natural and effortless. This is the power of deliberate practice, the intentional, focused effort to improve specific aspects of your performance. Over time, these skills will become so ingrained that you'll apply them automatically in every interaction, constantly refining and improving your approach. The key to this ongoing improvement is integration. Negotiation isn't just something that happens in formal settings, it's a part of everyday life. Start recognizing the negotiation opportunities that surround you daily. Whether you're deciding where to go for dinner with friends, discussing household responsibilities with your partner, or chatting with a neighbor about a shared community issue, each of these interactions is a chance to practice and refine your negotiation skills. Reflection is another crucial component of mastery. After each negotiation or significant interaction, take time to analyze what happened. What worked well? What could you have done differently? What new insights did you gain about yourself or the other party? By learning from both your successes and your failures, you'll continually refine your approach and deepen your understanding of negotiation dynamics. Don't underestimate the value of external perspectives in this journey. Seek feedback from trusted colleagues, friends, or mentors. Their observations can provide invaluable insights into aspects of your performance that you might not see yourself. Consider building a network of like-minded individuals who are also committed to improving their negotiation skills. This supportive community can provide encouragement, share experiences, and offer new perspectives that accelerate your growth. As you progress on this path, commit to continuous improvement. Set personal development goals for yourself. Maybe you want to focus on improving your active listening skills, or perhaps you want to work on staying calm under pressure. Whatever your goals, break them down into specific, actionable steps and practice deliberately. Stay informed about new trends and developments in negotiation theory and practice. The field is constantly evolving, with new research and insights emerging regularly. By staying current, you'll continue to expand your toolkit and refine your approach. Remember, mastery is a long-term journey, not a destination. There will be times when you feel like you've plateaued, when progress seems slow or non-existent. This is normal and expected. The key is to cultivate patience and persistence. Understand that mastery takes time and that even small improvements compound over time to produce significant results. As you progress, don't forget to celebrate your achievements along the way. Recognize how far you've come, how much you've grown. Each successful negotiation, each conflict resolved, each relationship improved is a testament to your growing skills and a stepping stone to even greater achievements. Now, as we close this final chapter, I want to leave you with a powerful truth, one that encapsulates the true value of the journey you've undertaken. The skills you've learned, the mindset you've developed, they're not just about negotiation, they're about empowerment. They're about taking control of your life, your relationships, your future. With these skills, you have the power to shape your world. You can turn conflicts into opportunities, transform relationships, and achieve goals that once seemed out of reach. You have the tools to navigate the complexities of human interaction with grace, empathy, and effectiveness. But here's the real secret, the ultimate payoff of mastering the art of negotiation. As you apply these skills consistently, as you approach life's challenges and opportunities with the mindset of a master negotiator, you'll find that your entire worldview shifts. You'll no longer see obstacles as insurmountable or conflicts as threats. Instead, you'll see a world full of possibilities, of potential win-win scenarios waiting to be uncovered. This shift in perspective is transformative. It empowers you to take on bigger challenges, to dream bigger dreams, knowing that you have the skills to turn those dreams into reality. It allows you to build deeper, more meaningful relationships, fostering understanding and collaboration in all areas of your life. In essence, mastering negotiation isn't just about getting what you want. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. It's about developing the skills and mindset to create positive change in your life and in the lives of those around you. So, as you close this book and step back into your daily life, remember this: every interaction is an opportunity. Every challenge is a chance to apply your skills. Every day is a new negotiation, with others, with circumstances, and with yourself. Embrace this reality, continue to learn and grow, and watch as the world opens up before you in ways you never imagined possible. You've taken the first steps on the path to negotiation mastery. The journey ahead is filled with challenges, opportunities, and endless potential for growth. As you apply these negotiation skills, you'll notice a significant improvement in your ability to express your ideas and persuade others. However, to truly maximize the impact of your newfound negotiation prowess, there's another crucial skill set to master. It's a game changer that can elevate your communication to new heights, making your negotiations even more effective. Curious about what this transformative skill might be? The answer lies in honing your critical thinking abilities for more impactful communication. To take your negotiation and communication skills to the next level, dive into the audiobook Speak Smartly: Critical Thinking for Effective Communication. This essential guide will empower you to articulate your ideas with unparalleled clarity and influence, ensuring you make the most of every negotiation opportunity. Tap the center of the video now to continue your transformation journey.